Okay, so I want to go over page 54 and 61. We're going to start off with page 54. This has some different volume problems on it. So the first thing I want to talk about is just straightforward volume. The formula for volume equals length times width times height. I have a length, a width, and a height. 10 times 4 is 40. 40 times 6 is 240. The volume of this rectangular prism is 240 inches cubed. Volume is always labeled with an exponent of cubed. The next example, again, is length times width times height. 8 times 5 is 40. 40 times 12. It's 480 inches cubed. Now I want to show you an example when you are given fractional unit cubes. All the volume that we've been dealing with so far has been where we are trying to put 1 inch cubes or 1 centimeter cubes. They have not been fractional lengths. Now we want to talk about when we're given like 1/4 inch cubes or 1/3 inch cubes or 1/2 inch cubes. So since each cube is a fractional length, we will need to multiply each side by the denominator of the fraction in order to determine how many cubes will fit into the rectangular prism. So at the bottom of page 54, we have an example. A box with the same dimensions as the prism in the opening exercise will be used to shift miniature dice whose side lengths have been cut in half. The dice are 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch cubes. How many dice of this size can fit in the box? So in order to solve this, the previous screen said we were going to multiply all the numbers by the denominator. So the denominator in this case is 2. So we're going to multiply all of the numbers by 2 to figure out how many items we can fit in the box. So 10 times 2 is 20, 4 times 2 is 8, and 6 times 2 is 12. Now once you have those numbers, you're going to multiply. So we're going to multiply. It doesn't matter if you multiply 20 times 8, 12 times 8. You just need to end up multiplying all 3 numbers. So I'm going to start off with 20 times 8, and that is 160. And I'm going to take and multiply that by 12. (1,920 cubes is what I would be able to fit, or die, into the box. The last example I want to go over with you is applying that formula. Volume equals area of the base times height. When you read the base of the rectangular prism has an area of 3 1/4, you know that you are going to use this formula. 3 1/4 times the height of 2 1/2. Now these are mixed numbers, so this takes us back to the first unit of the year where we need to change these. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 1 is 13 over 4. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5 over 2. Now we multiply straight across. 13 times 5 is 65. 4 times 2 is 8. I'm okay if you leave it that way, but you could also simplify it by dividing. 65 divided by 8 . 8 1/8, and the label is inches cubed.